One of the most unique things in sports is when an underdog rises above all expectations and writes a collective story that will be retold for years to come. That is what Washington County, Pennsylvania has done during the 2023 Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series. For the first time in 25 years, the home team will play in the championship game. Their run to the title game has electrified Lou Hayes Pony Field.
It is an inside the park home run for Troy Stimson.
Their opposition, Japan, which has not lost a game in this tournament, is fully prepared to take home its first title in 10 years. Japan would like nothing more than to deny Washington County a Wednesday night celebration. As the cheers reach a crescendo, let's follow along together to see if Washington County can put an exclamation point on the final sentence in this storybook run.
"17 games and 5.5 days of baseball have set the stage for the championship game of the Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series. Good evening, I'm Joe Bricato, and thanks for joining us at Lou Hayes Pony Field in Washington, Pennsylvania. Edogawa, Japan, and Washington County is set to take the stage in the championship game. Edogawa advanced through the top half of the bracket here in Washington. They have done so with 3 victories, and they did not suffer a loss throughout the tournament. And Edogawa with very consistent play, particularly on the offensive end. They have averaged 8 runs a game in their 3 tournament victories, again without a loss. They rallied from a 4-run deficit last night against Youngstown, Ohio, to defeat Youngstown by the final of 12-7. And the 8-run 6th inning was the difference for Japan, as they were able to rally back from that 4-run deficit to take the victory and advance on to the title round. Washington County, meanwhile, advanced out of the lower half of the bracket. They did so with a loss last night, and then they had to come back by defeating Monterrey, Mexico earlier today. They did so 9-5 was the final. Washington County scoring the first 9 runs of the game, and another huge effort from Braden Radu. The young man went 3 for 3 with 4 RBI for the tournament. He is hitting .538. He has 8 RBI with a home run, and he's also recorded 2 victories on the mound and pitched over 8 innings in the tournament. So Washington County getting the victory this morning to advance to the title game. We'll take you upstairs to the gentlemen calling the action in this one, Lenny Fratteri and Ernie Galuski.
Joe, thank you very much. There's no doubt about it that these two teams come from opposite ends of the geographical success spectrum. An Asia-Pacific team seems to always be in the championship game. A Pennsylvania team seldom.
But tonight will be different, Lanny. Year after year, this Washington County community comes out and supports the Pony League World Series. On championship night, they have to pick a team from somewhere else in the world to root for. Tonight will be different. They get to cheer on their own team, the Washington County team, and I think the electricity in the ballpark will provide one of the best memories ever in this tournament.
So the overture is about over. The curtain is about to go up. We're back in just a moment.
Shoot 2.
You deserve to be here. I believe in you, believe in what we're doing.
There's a place, far from the city, yet just down the road, where likes and shares mean more. It's in every bite, each performance, and every night. Where the miles we ride together become the memories we share forever. We dream because they fought for it. We give because they worked for it. The American spirit lives here. I can feel it.
People see Alex play and they know that she's different. It makes me want to be a better soccer player on the field.
It was just this mindset that I had from a young age that I'm going to compete in everything I work at and I want to win.
When all the eyes are on her, that's when she performs the best.
It's great to have Body Armor with me through my workout for the World Cup as I'm preparing to be on the biggest stage. we're just so much more powerful and strong as a team than as an individual.
Serve the fuel that keeps your community running.
My store is very close. It's like one big family.
Enjoy your Dunkin' favors while you work and find a fun, flexible, and fulfilling career. Text WORK for HRG to 25000 to apply.
The teams have taken the field for the 18th and final contest here at the Dixie Sporting Goods Pony League World Series. It is a winner-take-all game for the championship. Edogawa, Japan, and Washington County all set to go. To meet the starters, we take you upstairs to public address announcer Bob Gregg.
Leading off for Edogawa, Japan, playing third base, number 5, Keito Saita. Batting second and playing second base, number 4, Kaisei Fukuchi. Batting third and playing right field, number 10, Kai Miyagi. Batting fourth, the left fielder, number 3, Kode Minamatsu. Batting fifth and pitching, number 7, Yugo Inoue. Batting sixth, playing shortstop, number 6, Natsuki Nakamura. Batting seventh and playing center field, number 9, Haruto Kawasaki. Batting eighth and playing first base, number 15, Yusei Sasaki. Batting ninth and catching, number 2, Takashi Shikakura. Number 1, Yudai Hayashi. Number 8, Kairi Nishida. Number 11, Shota Takashita. Number 12, Kato Tsurudo. Number 13, Haruka Otake. Number 14, Ao Yamane. The manager, Yutaka Furusawa. Coach, Tasuku Ayamori. Coach, Masato Aida. Asia Pacific Zone champion, Edogawa, Japan. And now for the host from Washington County, Pennsylvania. Leading off, playing center field, number 3, Ryan Huey. Batting second and catching, number 2, Troy Stimson. Batting third and playing third base, number 9, Braden Rideau. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 28, Colton Temple. Batting fifth, shortstop, number 1, Keegan Williams. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 8, Avari Chandler. Batting seventh and playing left field, number 7, Grady Kloosterman. Batting eighth and pitching, number 6, Alex Easlep. Batting ninth and playing second base, number 11, Asher Donley. Number 10, Jaden Roach. Number 13, Noah Westfall. Number 14, Ben Koskowski. Number 18, Braden Berdar. Number 21, Gavin Dantry. Number 99, Aaron Harshman. The manager, Anthony Wenzel. Coach, Brandon Klein. Coach, Marshall McGraw. Host, Washington County, Pennsylvania. Umpiring at home plate, Chris Stevens. At first base, Jeff Vrabel. At second base, Ron Ross. At third base, Jeff DeChellis. Along the right field line, Francisco Javier Sanchez. On the left field line, Mikel Davis. Decisions Committee, Terry Faust, Tom O'Connor, Lenny Lynch.
At this time, we ask all that are able to please rise for the Pony Prayer and the national anthems. Gentlemen and boys, please remove your caps. Thank you to all veterans and active duty members of the United States Armed Forces for your service. We invite you to render a hand salute during the Star-Spangled Banner. Almighty God, help us to realize that we are gathered here to watch young people play baseball, not to second-guess strategy, dispute decisions, or question ability. That we are here to cheer, to encourage, to join in the fun that is baseball, not to jeer, discourage, or otherwise degrade the game. That while officials and players are expected to perform within the bounds of certain standards, we also, as spectators, are expected to conduct ourselves within the bounds of good sportsmanship. May this contest end without injury, without feelings of ill will, without disgrace, but as an activity worthy of thy blessing. Amen.
And now, to sing the Star-Spangled Banner, Kaylin Scott, rising senior at Point Park University.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Washington County was so close to reaching the championship game a year ago. They fell just one win short of reaching the final, but they're here tonight taking on Edogawa, Japan, in the championship game of the Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series.
A spectacular play. Clear the deck. Cannonball Cullen. Raise
We've been in your community since 1808. We've stood by your side covering the news of the day. We've been here for the important times in your life. We've celebrated with you. We're proud to have delivered the latest in local, regional, and national news in Washington, Greene, and southern Allegheny counties. We'll be here for the next phase of your life with our print and online editions. The Observer Reporter, life delivered daily.
225 years in the making. The Washington County Agricultural Fair, presented by EQT, August 12th through 19th at the Washington County Fairgrounds. Listen to live music with bands like Russell Dickerson, Six Gun Sally, Marcus Tyler Band, and more. Get down and dirty with motocross, drag racing, and 2 demolition derbies, plus high school bands and the School Bus Demolition Derby. Daily admission is $10 and parking is free. The Washington County Agricultural Fair, August 12th through 19th. Find out more at washingtonfair.org.
Hi, I'm Dylan Radigan. The world is brimming with possibilities. And that keeps me busy. My latest invention may be able to feed and sustain communities around the world. My team and I are always on the go, meeting new people and seeing new places. I produce films that I really care about. It's an honor to speak to audiences around the world. When people come together, meaningful work gets done. How do I do all this? Well, that part's easy. Hotelplanner.com.
At Pathways of Southwestern Pennsylvania, we believe that every life has potential, and we're dedicated to fulfilling it. Our programs give every child the opportunity to overcome obstacles, achieve milestones, and reach their fullest early learning potential. From cutting-edge development therapies and daily medical supervision to quality early education for children of all abilities, we cater to each family's specific needs. Pathways of Southwestern Pennsylvania, your path to lifelong fulfillment.
Pony League Baseball, 13 and 14-year-olds. The bases, 80 feet between them. 54 feet from the rubber to home plate. 250 down the lines, 285 to the power alleys, 305 to straightaway center field. And we've been blessed with a tremendous couple of days, Tuesday, Wednesday, after some storms have rumbled throughout the 6 days of this tournament. Washington County and Edogawa, Japan. For the team from Japan, Saita, Fukuchi, Miyagi, Minamatsu, Inoue, Nakamura, Kawasaki, Sasaki, and Shikakura. And Alex Easlip is on the Citadel. He gets the start after pitching in relief earlier today. Came on and worked the third of it and got the final out of the game in the win over Monterey. And his friends defensively, Klusterman, Huey, Chandler in the outfield. Radu at third, Williams at short, Donnelly at second, Temple at first, Stimson catching. Ernie Galuski commenting quite a few times last night about the great job Stimson did blocking pitches, and he did so again today with Ryan Huey getting the start in game 1 and going 6 2/3 innings in the game in which Washington County beat Monterey, Mexico to propel itself into this championship game.
Stimson has been excellent defensively in this tournament. He's going to have to be again tonight because this Japan team is a team that really likes to press the issue on the bases and make things happen.
Saita is 6 for 10 in the tournament. Fly ball into left center field. Dropping on the warning track, center fielder Huey picks it out of the dirt and fires it in. So Saita starts the game with a double to left center field.
Just a nice opposite field swing there from the left-hand leadoff hitter, who I think is the most dangerous guy in this Japan lineup. Got the ball up in the air and really carried well to left field off the warning track. And Japan, a team that is not a typical Asia Pacific power hitting team. Not many extra base hits coming into today, but with a leadoff double here in the top of the first.
Yutoka Fumasa is the manager of this team, and he works from the dugout. You'll see a lot of the Japanese hitters turn back and look into the dugout, which is located behind the underneath the press box. And Fukuchi trying to bunt for the base hit or to sacrifice that runner over to third.
I think and/or, right? I mean, if you can get it down for a hit, great. But the job there was to move Saita over to third base. And Japan is a team that will bunt, and they will bunt a lot.
4 for 9 for Fukuchi. Easlip. 0-1 pitch. And the breaking ball stays high. Boy, you know it's a big game. 6 umpires.
Yeah.
It is indeed an important day in Pony League baseball history. Not in 2.5 decades has a team from Washington County been in a championship game. Pitch a ball, throw to second base, and Saita back safely.
You know, and even though Stimson not able to throw the runner out there, just the fact that Japan knows that he will throw it around the field. He will try to back pick runners. Very difficult to steal on. It changes the dynamic of the game, and I'm sure the Japan coaching staff knows about the abilities of this Washington catcher, Troy Stimson.
Temple charging at first. And the bunt, foul ball, the count goes to 2-2. Japan defeated Palmview, Texas 6-4 on Saturday. And then Japan played 2 games yesterday, beat Youngstown early 6-2. And then the later ball game, a 12-7 win over Youngstown.
Curious to see what Fukuchi does here. Wouldn't surprise me a bit if Japan goes ahead and tries to get the sacrifice bunt down here with 2 strikes.
Catcher Stimson sets up outside the 2-2 pitch. Foul back.
Fukuchi with a pretty good hack at it. Maybe a mistake there from Easlip. The pitch caught a lot of the plate, middle.
The leadoff double by Saita. Shortstop Williams dogging in the runner at second. Breaking ball away.
Another good block by Stimson. Again, it's things that the common baseball fan think that's just expected, right? Catcher blocks the ball in the dirt, but what a big play it is throughout the game. And we've seen him do it numerous times, saving bases by being able to block that breaking ball in the dirt.
Runner at second. Second batter of the game awaiting a 3-2 pitch. Ground ball, base hit into left field. Saita scoring. Throw to second. Out at second base. RBI single for Fukuchi. The out at second goes 7-5-4. 1-0. Japan leads.
You see the shortstop for Washington, Keegan Williams, really paying a lot of attention to Saita at second base and never quite got back into position. It wasn't able to go make the play on the ground ball in the 6-hole, but a good defensive play by Washington, by Klusterman, to hit the cutoff man and be able to throw to second for the out. Cleans the bases for Washington.
So relatively fresh start. And Miyagi, 3 hits and 2 RBIs against Youngstown. One of the games against Youngstown yesterday. 4 for 10 with 3 RBIs. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. This right-hander, Easlip, from Cannonsburg, Pennsylvania. Swing and a miss, 1-2. A young man that plays baseball, basketball, and flag football. And he gets Miyagi to flag at a breaking ball. Fair ball. Down the right field line, Miyagi stops after making an aggressive turn at first, and the first 3 hitters for Edogawa, Japan, have delivered base hits.
Just right down the line. I almost thought maybe it hit the umpire, but I think it maybe it hit the edge of the turf and the dirt. That's what made it pop up and kind of change directions. Gave Chandler in right field a much easier play to be able to keep Miyagi at first with a single.
Now Minamatsu, and he looks at a strike. 3-run homer for Minamatsu in the first inning of the late game against Youngstown yesterday. As Edogawa, Japan exploded for the 12 runs. Runner at first, 1 out, 1-0. Edogawa, Japan leads in a ball that's fouled at the plate.
A really big primary and secondary lead by Miyagi at first base. Don't be surprised here if Stimson hasn't noticed and maybe tries to backpick here and steal an out for Washington.
Oh, 2 pitch and way outside. So the fact that Islip pitched earlier today and threw 11 pitches, he could throw 84 tonight. The limit is 95 on a calendar day. Keep in mind that now that we've come to the last game of the tournament, there's no reason to worry about saving anybody. Much a concern of these managers through the early days of the tournament and then leading up, hoping to get to the championship and having enough arms ready to do the work. Inside runner, delayed steal attempt. Out at second. Williams makes the tag, 2 outs.
And another play by the Washington catcher, Troy Stimson. Not the easiest pitch to throw from, and it was a delayed steal, but that just shows you the arm strength right there to be able to catch the ball with your momentum going away from second base and pretty much all arm throw a bullet strike to second base.
Ernie, explain why some teams would use the delayed steal attempt.
Well, the delayed steal is you're trying to get the middle infielders to drop their heads after the pitch. You know, the runner isn't going on the move by the pitcher, and you're hoping that the middle guys quit paying attention. It's an element of surprise, but Washington handled it very, very well there. And again, just a great play and great throw by the catcher, Stimson.
Here's ball 4. Well, after Islip was out in front, no balls, 2 strikes. He walks the number 4 batter.
When you look at this, as Japan, they've already pushed 1 run across here, but they've made both of their outs here in the top of the first inning on the bases. But they are a team that is very aggressive on the bases, and they've won a lot of baseball games by playing that way.
Anthony Wetzel, the manager for Washington County, with his brain trust includes Brandon Klein and Marshall McGraw. In a way, 3 for 10 in the tournament. 1 on, 2 outs, 1-0 Edogawa, Japan. Ball 1. I can think of nothing more that a starting pitcher would love to do to start his day with a very neat and clean first inning. Not have to pitch from the stretch. Pitch to 3 batters. Do so with the minimum number of pitches, any level. But that's not the case for Islip.
Well, they always say in the history of baseball that there's been more runs scored in the first inning than any other inning in the history of baseball. And typically that's because, you know, maybe the pitcher, there's nerves. He's not quite loose, not quite ready. First inning is always the hardest.
Ground ball to Temple. Edogawa, Japan takes the lead early. 1 run on 3 hits. 1 left on base. Washington County coming to bat.
Serve the fuel that keeps your community running.
My store is very close. It's like one big family.
Enjoy your Dunkin' favors while you work and find a fun, flexible, and fulfilling career. Text WORK for HRG to 25000 to apply.
Be sure to stay well hydrated tonight. Visit the concession stand behind the first base bleachers. The John Dusty Washington Lions Club concession stand beyond the third base bleachers at field level. Video forward beyond the left center field fence.
Washington County's batting order. You've got left-handed bats in spots 1, 3, 4, and 7. Huey, Redu, Temple, and Kloosterman. And in a way, is making his third start of the tournament. He started game 5 against Palmview on Saturday. 3 scoreless innings, allowing 1 hit, struck out 2. And then started one of the games against Youngstown yesterday, inning and 2/3, no runs, no hits. And behind him, Saito at third, Nakamura at short, Fukuchi at second, Sasaki at first, Shikakuro catching, Minamatsu in left field, Kawasaki in center, Miyagi in right. Chris Stevens, the home plate umpire, senior vice president for Recruit Military, and Chris is a retired Air Force Master Sergeant. Shout out to his good friend Larry Slagle, who's the COO at Recruit Military. Larry from Pittsburgh originally. And Huey, who pitched so effectively early in the game against Monterey this morning. Huey authored 5 scoreless innings and ran into a bit of trouble, but Washington County held on 9-5. And a called strike. Huey, 6 for 16 in the tournament with an RBI. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And this left-handed, in a way, could probably, or is probably going to cause problems for these left-handed hitters that have been so good all week for Washington. See it right off the bat there. 3 consecutive breaking balls to the left-handed hitting Huey.
Count goes to 2-2. Edogawa, Japan scored in the top of this first inning. Youngstown 3-1. Excuse me, Washington County 3-1 in the tournament. Line drive, base hit, left center field. Cut off in the gap, and Huey makes the wide turn, but is forced to be content with 80 feet. Leadoff single.
And what a beautiful piece of hitting there by the left-handed Huey. Made an adjustment, really missed bad on the curveball for the second strike, but made an adjustment, was able to take that hanging breaking ball and not try to do too much and hit it out of the ballpark to the pool side, but instead hit a hard line drive into the opposite field gap, and Washington has their leadoff hitter on. It looks like
balk call. The left-hander has been called for a balk.
Boy, that is such a big call for Washington here early in the game, and Japan's manager is going to come out and ask for an explanation. But the very first move here in the first inning, in a way, gets balked. So it's going to be in the back of his mind for the rest of this contest. can I really show my best move toward first base, or is the umpire going to call a balk? So big call here in the bottom of the first.
Just like yesterday. それはしてない。それはノーノー。してないしてない。
The Japanese manager said he didn't do that. The umpire said yes, he did.
セットして2回動いたって言ってるから。
By the way, the young lady who has been translating for the Japanese manager and coaches is Deanna Bowles.
She has done an incredible job. I think I said last night she was my MVP of the game. She has done what a difficult job, and she's done it very well, and she's done it with a smile on her face all week.
Well, in the win over Monterey earlier today, hitters 2, 3, and 4, Stimpson, Radu, and Temple went 8 for 10. 8 for 10. Right center. Base hit at the base of the wall. Huey scores. Game tied at 1. Just that quickly in the bottom of the first inning.
I feel like this entire broadcast, Lanny, all I've talked about is Troy Stimpson, but once again, he gives me a reason to talk about him. He gets a first pitch fastball down in the zone, and now back-to-back opposite base hits for Washington, and it has absolutely brought this crowd to life at Lou Hayes Pony Field.
I was listening to you last night. You talked a lot about Braden Radu last night, too.
Yeah, I said remember his name, and if I'm not mistaken, he had a pretty good game earlier today.
Oh, did he ever. 2 doubles, a home run, 4 RBIs. That's a pretty good, productive day when you can do that before noon.
Yeah, he was the one guy last night that didn't look overmatched by the incredible velocity of Guajardo from Mexico. He was the one guy in the lineup that I just anticipated that he was going to be able to do something special, and he ended up getting 2 hits off the hard-throwing Mexico pitcher.
Radu has 5 straight hits. Runner at second, nobody out. Pitch away, and it's 2-0. Well, Radu and the Japanese pitcher Inoue have something in common. They have both started 2 games in this tournament. Inoue against Palmview and Youngstown. Radu against Paderborn, Germany and Mexico. And a foul ball outside, 2-1. Watching Radu perform on this stage, it is true that one man in his time plays many parts. Impressive hitter, pitcher, first baseman, third baseman. Strike 2-2.
A late call there, and a breaking ball that was really hung up there, but did drop into the zone. A nice job by the catcher Shikakura to frame it for the umpire and get the strike call.
1-1 ball game, bottom of the first inning. And the strikeout of Radu, the first out of the first.
There's a pretty good sequence of pitches there from Inoue to a very good hitter. Never gave in to Radu. Got the fortunate call on the strike 2 breaking ball, and then just a really nasty breaking ball there to get the swing and miss in the strikeout.
Colton Temple, throw to second. Second baseman Fukuchi coming in. This Washington County team has players from Cannonsburg, McDonald, Washington, and Burgettstown. Strike called.
Temple got a fastball there. Might not see another one the rest of the at-bat.
One strike pitch. Away, ball 1. Check the swing. And the third base umpire sustains the ruling.
Yeah, that's a good call. I mean, look at how far Shikakura is set up outside. I mean, his right foot isn't even part of the actual strike zone on that last breaking ball.
1-2. This place, this ballpark, was about half full around 6 o'clock and continued to fill in quickly. And when the Washington County team arrived It was like movie stars walking the red carpet.
You know, what a moment for these kids. 13 and 14 years old, some of them about to turn 15. And you know, this will be a night, regardless of the outcome, that they'll remember forever.
Pitch is outside. Interesting you should say that, because I was talking to Marshall McGraw, the pitching coach of this team, and Marshall said that is one message he has continued to deliver to these players. Cherish the moment.
Yeah, moments like this don't happen very much in life. You play baseball so much, these kids, and the baseball life that you live, very few times do you get to actually play for a championship, and then a championship as majestic as this.
3-2 on Temple.
Again, I think Japan wants that call, but you know, look how far off the plate the Japanese catcher is set up. I'm not sure how they, I mean, it's almost a catcher's box because he only has 1 foot inside the catcher's box, and it's almost out of that as well.
3-2 pitch. Sent rocketing skyward to left field and carries to the warning track, caught by Minamatsu. And the relay from shortstop Nakamura is not in time. So Stimpson able to move up 80 feet on that ball that carried to the track. 2 outs.
Boy, and that's great base running there by Stimpson. Once he realized the ball was going to be caught, it was going to be routine, but the left fielder drifting away, he went ahead and tagged and forced him to make a throw. It was fast enough to get third, able to move up 80 feet. Now he'll be able to score on an infield error, a wild pitch, pass ball, a balk. So many different ways to score from third compared to second.
And Keegan Williams, shortstop. Williams, starting pitcher in one of the games for Washington County. This ball hit in the air to right. And Miyagi makes the grab. Well, we're even. Washington County's bottom of the first. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 left on base, 1-1 ball game.
Jumpstart the season with a bit of fresh air. Whether you like to walk, run, hike, bike, or boat, you'll find that Washington County is connected by trails. Plan a day on one of the nation's outstanding rail trails with a trip on the Montour, Panhandle, or National Pike Trail. Grab a paddle and navigate the scenic Mon River and surrounding small-town charm. We'll see you at the trailhead. Plan your trip today at washcotrails.com.
Frank, what exactly are you doing?
Working on my checkbook, man. Balancing my bread.
Washington Financial Bank has mobile banking. You can manage your account from your smartphone or device.
Operator, you are so smart on this phone. Please balance my checkbook.
See how far community banking has come at Washington Financial Bank.
This phone's not so smart.
At Penn West University, we're here for it. Here for the hard workers, the life changers. Here in California, in Clarion, and in Edinburgh, and with our global online programs. At Penn West University, we're here for you. Learn more at pennwest.edu/learn.
The Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods, by the Washington County Tourism Promotion Agency, and by the Observer Publishing Company. Well, back when Dwight Eisenhower was president in the 50s, this is the way this ballpark looked. And fast forward almost 70 years, and a jam-packed Lou Hayes Pony Field.
Yeah, the definition of standing room only, and that is limited as well here tonight for the championship game.
Yeah, but I'm not sure there could be a better amphitheater than this place. Diving stop attempt by Williams, leadoff single by Nakamura. You know, with all the hillsides, 1 out behind right field, 1 behind the third base bleachers.
Shortstop Williams looks like he almost got confused a little bit there. Got a really bad jump on that ball and able to squirt up the middle for a leadoff single. Now all 3 leadoff hitters in this game have reached base. The first 2 scored.
Now Kawasaki, he's 2 for 6 in the tournament. He's walked 4 times. He has dropped down 2 bunt singles.
I believe that's probably what he's going to try to do here. Man on first, nobody out. You can tell by the bat angle there, he's trying to push it toward first base, which is the right place to bunt it right now with a runner at first, with the lead runner being at first. Just missed it, but it looked like he may have been trying to push it hard toward the second baseman and get a base hit out of it.
Two and one. Last year, New Taipei City won the championship. For the participants that have come here from Japan, there's been only one team from Japan to win a title. That was Okinawa. One breaking ball called strike.
Looks like Washington has sent Jaden Roach to the bullpen to get started, the left-hander.
One ball, 2 strikes. Runner at first, 1-1 ball game. Ground ball to shortstop Williams. He steps on second and fires to first baseman Temple. 2 outs, and of the first 5 outs of the game with Washington County in the field, 3 of the 5 outs have come at second base.
You know, if you're going to win a championship, you need some things to go your way along the road, and that's exactly what just happened for Washington, as that ground ball was just tailor-made. Easy play for Williams up the middle. The catch, step on second and on to first for a big double play for Washington County.
And Sasaki with a foul ball back. A couple of shots of manager Winstall. Did you tell me last night you thought he looked like Billy Martin?
Kind of got a Billy Martin look going on. I like it. That's as retro as it gets.
Well, that might be good news because the home plate umpire, Chris Stevens, is a huge Yankees fan.
See, I mean, he was a little bit before me, but I was a big Billy Martin fan. I like the old school personalities.
Ball strike 0-2. That surprises me because all the time I've spent with you, you seem like a easy kind of guy, not likely to lose your temper quickly.
You didn't meet me till later in life, Lanny. You didn't know me in my coaching and managing days.
0-2 pitch into right field. Chandler makes the catch. No runs, 1 hit, double play, nobody left on base. So it's a championship night in Washington County.
People who come to cricket stay with cricket. Like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe Cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G Boss Mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
The Washington Auto Mall difference gives you 6 more reasons to buy from us. 6 months of paintless net repair, lost key coverage, interior exterior protection, and tire coverage at no charge on all qualified vehicles. We finally have some new vehicles available, and we have a great selection of used vehicles ready to go. Or we'll buy your vehicle. South Hills Toyota, Washington Honda, and Washington Hyundai. It's all at the mall.
Owned and operated by the Perlman family since 1914, King's Jewelry invites you to become part of the family.
We want you to come in, we want you to smile, and we want you to leave smiling.
We are definitely a very family-oriented business. Love is a very big part of it. We've been celebrating love for over 100 years.
Visit King's Jewelry today to celebrate the love in your life.
An extensive list of Pony World Series alumni have played their way to the major leagues. You saw 2018 National League MVP Christian Yelich with the Brewers, Spencer Steer of the Cincinnati Reds, both playing out of California. The same for Blake Perkins of the Brewers, Elliot Ramos of the San Francisco Giants, Yu Chang of the Red Sox, played for Chinese Taipei. Braves catcher Travis d'Arnaud, Chase DeYoung of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Many of these guys originating from California. Jose Miranda out of Bayamon, Puerto Rico, and Pedro Grufal, White Sox manager, also played in the World Series.
And our producer Roger Leonard has uncovered a great familial story involving Braden Redu, and Joe's going to follow up on that a little bit later on. Strike one on right fielder Avari Chandler. Young man from Washington, Pennsylvania. Be a ninth grader at Washington High School this fall. Anthony Wenzel's going to be joining us after this half inning. Later on, Abe Key will come up to the broadcast booth. 1-1 pitch. And it's hit in the air to center. Kawasaki to make the catch. I think I interrupted you, pardon. You about to say something?
Well, I was just going to say, you know, I've complimented Chandler, Avari Chandler for Washington, as you see him jog off the field there all week. Just what a special athlete. And a guy that I think is going to do some big things, not only in baseball, but some other sports like basketball. But he has just missed a bunch of pitches this week. And I was going to say it before that pitch. And once again, he just misses hitting a home run out to center field.
Sorry, I screwed up the timing there. Ball
okay.
One on Kloosterman. 1-1 bottom of the second. Ernie, when you see a guy with a real good breaking ball, is there something that a hitter needs to tell himself in relationship to that?
Yeah, absolutely. You see the breaking ball there again. I think, again, you know, I made the joke yesterday, the best way to hit the breaking ball is don't miss fastballs. That's number one. But two, I mean, if you're left on left, you got to really keep that front shoulder in and have the idea that you're trying to hit it the opposite way, or you're just naturally going to pull off everything. Your body's going to be working toward right field while that breaking ball is working away from you toward the third base dugout. So you really have to be conscious of staying closed on the front side, letting the ball travel, and trying to hit it the other way.
Count 2-2, 1-1 game, bottom of the second inning. An Owais 2-2 pitch. Strikeout number 2 for the left-hander from Edogawa.
Yeah, good sequence of pitches there from the Japanese pitcher Inoue. Fastball, breaking ball, he worked down and then able to get the fastball up there to beat the hands of Kloosterman.
Easlip, the pitcher. Breaking ball down and into him. Strike one. 1-1 game. Ground ball to short. Nakamura. And Washington County retired in order. We'll talk to Anthony Winstall when we come back. 1-1 game after 2.
After being sidelined with a shoulder injury, 2 minutes in the box isn't so bad. Now get back out there. With AHN Sports Medicine, you're ready for what's next. Your body's rehabbed and recovered. Your legs primed to outskate your defender. Your technical skills perfected. And just like that, you're back. Oh yeah, you're back. Go next level with AHN Sports Medicine.
regret it for the next 51 weeks. Get your dinner at the World Series concession stand because when tonight's over, it's over.
1-1 after 2. Manager Anthony with us. Anthony, in the summer of 1998, how old were you?
I wasn't even born yet.
What were you thinking as you watched your club finish off Monterey earlier today and propel Washington County into a championship game for the first time in 25 years?
It was just an incredible feeling. Finding out the last time made the championship was 1998, the year before I was born, was just unreal, surreal moment for this team, and I'm just very proud of the way these guys have played all week.
One final question. How was your pitching for the rest of this ball game? You in good shape or not?
Yeah, but I'm not giving anything away on TV, so.
Okay. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
I like that answer.
Well, you know, I learned from being with Jimmy Leland all those years that, you know, sometimes Jimmy would say to me, I'd ask him a question and he'd say, it's none of your business.
Yeah, and that's a fair answer, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it really is. I mean, trying to win ball games and don't necessarily want to give the plan away.
One time I asked Jim, he had a team meeting, and asked him what the team meeting was about, and he said, if I wanted you to know, I would have invited you.
You would have had a seat at the table.
1 ball, 1 strike on Shikakura. 1-1 ball game.
That's something I'm sure you know, you took pride in as a professional, that, you know, you learned through the years what to ask and what not to ask and when to ask it and when not to ask it, correct?
Fly ball to center. And I also respected that, you know, as a matter of fact, I would much rather have a manager or a player say to me, I can't tell you, as opposed to lie to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I knew a player that got himself into a fight, broke his hand, and I asked him what happened, and he, you know, came up with this story. I wish he had just said to me, I can't tell you.
Yeah.
Saida doubled as the first batter of the game. He is 7 for 11 in the Pony League World Series.
I said it in his first plate appearances. I think this is the most dangerous hitter in this lineup.
Why so?
Because he can hit the ball to the entire field. He's not going to strike out. He just seems like he's on every pitch, and, you know, he can find a way to hit the balls in the gap and hit for extra bases, which we saw at the beginning of the game with the leadoff double.
By the way, Ernie and I, having worked together many times, Ernie, you're of the opinion you're going to put your best hitter in the leadoff spot, right?
Yeah, I mean, yes. I mean, I've done that in the past. I mean, there are some times when maybe you would drop them down to the 3 hole, or got to have a pretty good lineup to do that. But I have always been of the opinion that if you hit your best hitter in the leadoff spot over the course of a game, he may get one more at bat, and over the course of a season, he's going to have substantially more plate appearances than other guys in your lineup.
Ball trundled to Donnelly, and there are 2 outs in the third. 1-1 game.
That's a good pitch there. Eslip able to get in on the hands of Saita for a big out. And here's the other thing. I had Dale Ramsberg, who was a longtime coach at WVU, always used to say, if the tying runs at second with 2 outs in the bottom of the last inning and you're managing the game, do you want your best hitter at the plate, or do you want him on deck, or do you want him in the hole? Because if you want him at the plate, you need to bat him as close to the top of the batting order as possible, because he's more likely to be in that situation. And, you know, I respected those old coaches that did it for a long time, and I've always held on to those types of thoughts and believe in them.
And Fukuchi takes a strike. I was telling you about the story involving Braden Redu. We're going to have Joe fill you in on that story in the bottom of the third inning. 0-2 pitch. He's outside.
Boy, really good pitch there from Eslip. Almost catches the corner. That call could have went either way. But trying to sneak a fastball in there, perfectly placed off the plate. Really good 0-2 pitch.
And this should end the inning. Couple of more groundouts. Coming up the bottom of the third, 1-1 game.
My Dream Field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My Dream Field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My Dream Field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
Joined by a very proud mom, Melissa Marino-Radu, the mother of Braden Radu, one of the best players in the tournament. What have been the keys to Braden's success? He's had a tremendous week.
Thank you. We're super proud of Bray and all of his teammates. They've worked really hard to get here tonight, so we're excited for them, and we hope we can bring home the win tonight.
There's a decal on his helmet that I know means a lot to him. Tell us that story if you would.
It's very special to Braden and to me. We suddenly lost my mom, Bray's mom 7 years ago, and so she never missed a game. She was always there for everything, and he wanted something in her memory to put on his helmet, so we came up with the baseball angel wings. He's worn this for 7 years, and that keeps her close to him when he's playing.
And undoubtedly, she is very proud. Thank you for your time, Melissa.
All right. Thank you.
Back upstairs.
Good job, Joe. Thank you. Great story. We'll have Radu coming up maybe in this bottom of the third. We'll get a shot of the baseball with the angel wings. 1 ball, 1 strike on the number 9 hitter, Donley. 1-1 game as Edogawa, Japan scored quickly in the top of the first inning. Leadoff double by Siata, and then the RBI single by Fukuchi. We won't make you wait. We will not make you wait. There's the insignia. 1-2 pitch outside, 2-2. And just as quickly as Japan scored in the top of the first, Washington County scored by way of its second hitter. Troy Stimson doubled in Ryan Huey. And the count 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Boy, and a big pitch coming here for both teams. Washington can get their leadoff hitter on. Donley hitting in the 9 hole and roll it back over to the tough. What an advantage that would be. And for Japan, they're looking for this leadoff out.
And Edogawa, Japan, its left-hander gets the first out by way of the strikeout.
And just a good elevated fastball there. Donley right on it, but swings through it for the first out.
And now Huey, 7 for 17 in this tournament. There will be a presentation of the batting champion and also a recognition of the ERA award winner after this game. And the winner, among the things that the batting champion will get, a Ramos autograph jersey.
He really struggling with that breaking ball, but he was able to figure it out in his first at-bat and hit a 2-strike curveball over the shortstop's head for a leadoff single. He later came around and scored.
Called strike 3, 2 outs, 4th strikeout for Inoue.
That's the first time Inoue's actually started that curveball at Huey. So it kind of froze him, that front door breaking ball that runs back over the inside part of the plate. Great pitch there by Hugo Inoue.
A live drone flying over Luhay's Pony Field. Here's Stimson, who was 8 for 13 in the tournament. And this ball hit in the air to left field. And the shortstop Nakamura takes charge. Abe Key will join us in a moment. 9 in a row retired by the Japanese left-hander Inoue.
There's a place far from the city, yet just down the road, where likes and shares mean more. It's in every bite, each performance, and every night, where the miles we ride together become the memories we share forever. We dream because they fought for it. We give because they worked for it. The American spirit lives here. I can feel it.
At Pathways of Southwestern Pennsylvania, we believe that every life has potential, and we're dedicated to fulfilling it. Our adult and community services give individuals with intellectual disabilities or autism the opportunity to develop new skills, have an independent home life, and make their own choices. From personalized daily care and community participation to supervised independent living, we cater to each individual's specific needs. Pathways of Southwestern Pennsylvania, your path to lifelong fulfillment.
A place to share the things that matter most. At Trex, we see it too.
Joined by Jeff Takula, the president of the Washington County Chamber of Commerce and Tourism. Jeff, I know this is a huge event for Washington County every year. What's it like to see it return and with such a great crowd tonight?
Well, it's even made better tonight because if you do not excited about this evening with the finals, then you don't have a pulse. And we're just excited everyone's here at Washington County, showing off our beautiful stadium. 2 great teams. It's a wonderful evening.
And a big week in the county. You've got the county fair as well, so lots of attention and lots of eyes on Washington County this week.
Yeah, you're correct. We have 2 big events going on in the county fair celebrating the 225th anniversary. Of course, pony baseball. I can't think of a better week to be in Washington County.
Jeff, enjoy the rest of the game.
Thank you.
Ready for the top of the 4th inning, and Abe Key joins us. Every year I try to figure out, what is that title again?
President and CEO of Pony Baseball and Softball International. It's a mouthful.
All right. Hey, Abe, when you sent out the invitations for this party, did you expect that you'd get everybody to say yes, they would be RSVPing in a positive way?
You know, we had some problems with visas in Mexico and Nicaragua, Japan, no problem getting here. So there were some moments we had when we were a little nervous about the eligibility of the players and their ability to travel to the U.S. But here we are. Everybody made it. All the teams intact, and we're so excited to have Japan and Washington County here in the Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series Championship game.
And to follow up on this theme about invitations, is there anybody from Washington County that's not here tonight?
There's probably not. One of my high school teammates texted me at first pitch and said he was backed up all the way to Main Street in Washington, PA. So there's no one left in town. They're all here at Washington Park.
And a lot of folks got here very early, too,
yeah,
fortunately and sagaciously. So the success of 2023?
Absolutely. This is our last World Series event, our 13 and 14-year-old showcase event. Of course, Pony was founded here in Washington.
Fly ball to left field. And at the edge of the track, the catch made by Klosterman one away.
All of our other 7 World Series are complete. All of our girls softball World Series are complete. So we sort of separate this one because it is our first and oldest and most well-known World Series. And we finish up after this game. We start planning for 2024.
Now Minamatsu, 1-1 ball game in the 4th inning. Minamatsu walked his first time up against the right-hander Islip. He had a swing and a miss. Strike 1. You've been traveling a good bit of late, haven't you?
We have. We're sort of back on the travel mode again, just trying to reconnect with everybody post-pandemic. Especially a lot of our international countries. We haven't been to any of our international events in 5 years, so I went to our European Championships in Prague in the Czech Republic, and had a chance to see Germany play and beat a really, really good Italian team in Prague to earn their right to come here.
2-1. So the game continues to explode worldwide.
It really does. This week we hosted our Caribbean zone meeting in Washington Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We had 27 delegates from 15 countries, from Chile all the way to the Bahamas, South America, Central America, and the Caribbean. We're very excited. Our growth pattern this year internationally is double-digit growth, and we're very excited about what lies ahead for us.
3 balls and 1 strike, 1 out, top of the 4th inning in a 1-1 ball game. Islip, who pitched earlier today, worked a third of an inning, and the pitch is up and in, ball 4. Roger and Scott, can we show that picture again? Maybe it would be appropriate for you to identify a few of the people from the picture. No, the next one, the next picture. The one that was up in the private box there.
There we go. Seated on the couch in the middle is the daughter of Lou Hayes, who is the principal founder of Pony Baseball and Softball, and the stadium here in Washington Park is named after him, Peggy Lou Hayes Nelson. Surrounding her are delegates from the Caribbean, from the Bahamas, from Guatemala, Honduras, Puerto Rico, Chile. Again, 15 countries came to Washington, PA, most of them for the first time ever. And we also had an opportunity to take them to the Clemente Museum. Of course, Roberto being an iconic player in the Caribbean Basin, Central and South America.
All fouled away.
Roberto Jr. came and joined us, a longtime friend of mine, and made a special appearance. And then he came down to the World Series for 2 days and spent time with everybody. So that was special. And then we went to the Pirate game, and that was really super special for everybody because most of them had never been to a Major League Baseball game.
1 ball and 1 strike, 1 out, top of the 4th inning, 1-1 ball game. Edogawa, Japan, and Washington County. Washington County here in the championship game for the first time in 25 years.
25 years has been a long time since a Washington team has made it, and we're very proud of these young men. They're doing a great job. Their coaching staff, they've been together for several months, played in a couple of events very successfully. So they're a very tight-knit team from what I can see, and they're showing it on the field as well.
Baseball fans of all ages here on this August 16th of 2023. Now the 1-1 pitch. There was a discussion going on between the Japanese manager and the umpire. We'll see if we can't find out in a bit what that was all about. And then throw to first base back safely. Before I let you go, anything else that we need to cover?
No, I just want to take this opportunity to thank all the people that helped organize the Pony League World Series. My role is a very small role. My role is on the field, the teams that are members of the organization from all over the world. But it takes so many volunteers and so many people to be able to organize this event, from Nate Wojtek and Tournaments Incorporated, Washington Youth Baseball, the Founders League. Over 400 volunteers are here this week helping make this an event, and it's become an event. It's always been a really, really good baseball tournament, but now it's an event.
And my thanks to you, Abe, not only for coming up to be with us, but also for getting the ice cream freezer fixed. I've announced 18 games over the last 6 days. I've had 10 ice cream sandwiches. Thank you.
They're legendary. You're welcome.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, man.
Great seeing you. Abe Key, who is helping to build pony baseball around the world. What a great guy. 2-2. The count on Inoue. Runner at first, Minamatsu. Each team scoring a run in the first inning. Runner going. Pitch a ball. Throw to second base. Out. Fourth Japanese runner to be retired at second base in this game.
Boy, and I'm back, and perfect timing because my guy Troy Stimson once again changes the game with his defense behind the plate. Another perfect throw to second base. Well in time. Second caught stealing tonight. I got back just in time. I was going around the park chasing this elusive ice cream you're talking about all the time, and I couldn't find any.
Here's Inoue, and he takes ball one.
Like
1-1 game.
Ball three, that'll run the count to full.
Yeah, 3-2. Back-to-back 3-2 counts. Easlip has now thrown 59 pitches. Bouncer to second. Safe at first.
Just a ball that was not hit very hard, and when it hit the grass there, it really checked up. And the second baseman, Donnelly, maybe not quite aggressive enough coming to get the ball. Let it bounce that one extra time, and that allowed Inoue to easily beat out the throw at first.
Number 6, Natsuki Nakamura.
And throw to first base with Inoue on. One game, fourth inning. Ball that slapped past the drawn up third baseman Radu. That is hit number 6 for Edogawa.
Right there. Radu at third base playing really shallow with 2 outs in the inning. You see he's a couple steps inside the grass, and that's because the threat of bunt from Nakamura. Because of that, even with 2 outs, the third baseman Radu playing way in. And because of that, Nakamura able to hit a ball hard right by him at third base. And Japan with a real threat mounting here, even though they have 2 outs in the top of the fourth.
Well, conducting this meeting at the mound is Marshall McGraw, the pitching coach, who works for Highmark and is a graduate of Central Catholic. I did not remember this, but Marshall told me that I called a high school no-hitter that he threw against Butler. So we have met again.
Was
with
it
the baseball backdrop?
Let me ask you this: was it at Pullman Park?
Well, the fact that I don't remember having done that, I
can't remember. What a cool baseball park that is.
It probably was, because I'm not sure I've ever done a game at a Central Catholic home field. And I know I have been to Pullman Park a few times. Now with 2 on, Kawasaki grounded into a double play in the second inning. Ground ball up the middle. Into center field. Runner scoring from second. RBI single that scores Inoue. 2-1. The Japanese team leads, and on the play, Nakamura goes to third. All of this opened up because of the 1-out walk.
3 consecutive singles. One didn't leave the infield, and the other 2 balls that get through the infield because of how shallow these Washington infielders actually play. You know, we've seen it all week. It's the way they play, but they really play shallow, close to home plate, regardless of how many outs there are, or really the situation in the game. And Japan has been able to find a couple seeing eye singles through the infield here to take the 2-1 lead.
Sasaki 0 for 1. And a pitch to him outside, ball 1. After 1 out, Minamatsu scored. Then was caught stealing, but Inoue the infield single. And the base hits by Nakamura and Kawasaki. Runner delayed steal from first to second.
And another delayed steal there, and Stimson, I guess the play was on where he was just going to hold it. That's the first guy that's even come close to stealing a bag on Troy Stimson in the last 2 days. And now Japan with 2 runners in scoring position. Big situation in the game right here.
Easlip having thrown 64 pitches. For the day, he's at 75. The max is 95. Time called. Stimson going out to the mound.
You can say Stimson got crossed up there. I mean, he went to block a pitch that he caught, luckily caught inside above his belt here. Watch this. I mean, the pitch never, he's thinking breaking ball. He gets something that's up, and just a beautiful job to be able to catch that ball after being crossed up. May have been his best play of the game right there, the catcher Stimson, keeping that ball from going to the backstop and another run scoring for Japan.
Got 2 and 1. Oh, good sharp breaking ball there.
And again, I continue just to look out on the field and how shallow these Washington infielders play. As we see Easlip there throw a really good breaking ball for the swing and miss, but they are really shallow. And again, the play's going to be at first here. There's no force outs on the infield. You'd think that they would be playing as deep as possible to cover as much ground to help themselves get out of the inning, but all week long we've noticed that the infielders, the middle guys, play in the middle of the dirt.
Strikeout of Sasaki ends the inning, but Edogawa, Japan picks up a run on 3 hits, 2 left on base. Championship game. Edogawa, Japan 2, Washington County 1.
Spectacular play. Cannonball coming. Raise the Jolly Roger.
All foul balls are yours to keep here at the World Series. Please return any home run ball to the press box. You'll get a brand new World Series ball, plus a voucher good for a free coffee and donut from Dunkin', the official coffee and donut of the Hicks Sporting Goods Pony League World Series.
Everyone deserves, if he or she chooses, to feel the bat in his or her hands and to hear the crack of the bat and run the bases and feel the excitement of touching home plate and being cheered on by other people that love the game of baseball. The Champions League game, an important tradition. It happens every Saturday morning during the Pony League World Series week. All of the players from the 10 teams are on hand. In the bottom of the 4th, Washington County trailing by a run. Hitters 3, 4, and 5 here. Ball fouled away, 0-2.
Back-to-back breaking balls there to, in my opinion, the most dangerous hitter in the entire tournament, Washington's Braden Radu. But in a way, able to strike him out in his first at-bat, and he's gotten ahead here. No balls and 2 strikes this time around. Outside 1 and 2, there is a him.
titled On Angels' Wings. Referenced here because of the Angels' wings that are on the baseball, or the insignia of the baseball with the Angels' wings on the back of the helmet of Braden Redu. Well, this time here, bottom of the fourth, 3, 4, and 5. But keep in mind, Redu, Temple, left-handed batters, then the right-handed batter, Williams. And one away.
Boy, Inouye has done a really good job with these left-handed hitters in the Washington lineup. The left-handers now for Washington are 1 for 5 with 4 strikeouts.
Colton Temple 0 for 1. Fastball called strike.
Think about this. Washington led the game off with back-to-back hits, a single by Huey and the double by Stimpson to score their run. Since then, Japan and Inouye has not given up a single hit or base runner.
Yeah, 10 in a row retired by this left-hander. One and two.
Again, really tough matchup for Colton Temple and the other left-handers in the Washington County lineup.
Inside Inouye, making his 3rd start of the tournament, and he's now pitched a total of 8 innings. He's allowed 3 runs, excuse me, has allowed 3 hits total on 1 and given up 1 run. You know, the appeal to 3rd, and Jeff DeChellis says no swing.
And a big pitch here, because I think if you're Washington, the first thing you got to do is get a guy on base. It's been a while, and you want Inouye to have to pitch from the stretch. He has not had to do that since the 1st inning when he gave up the double to Stimpson.
2 outs. Strikeout number 6 for Inouye. So the pitching totals for this left-hander: 8 1/3, no, a 1 run, 3 hits.
And that's a really good breaking ball, finds the bottom of the zone. Good call by the umpire, definitely a strike. And again, Inouye just in a groove right now.
11 in a row retired. Keegan Williams, ball 1.
You know, we were talking last inning, Lanny. Look how deep the infielders for Japan play here with 2 outs. Second baseman's got his heels on the grass. The shortstop just a step in front of the grass, and third baseman deep as well.
You're pointing that out as an indication and a comparison to what you've seen from Washington County.
Yeah, especially the middle infielders for Washington play really shallow, rarely get deeper than halfway in the dirt.
Fly ball on the 2-0 pitch to the right field corner. Warning track, and caught by Miyagi. And so Washington County is set down in order. 3rd consecutive inning, 12 in a row. Washington County batters retired, and Japan holds on to a 2-1 lead after 4 innings of play.
225 years in the making. The Washington County Agricultural Fair, presented by EQT, August 12th through 19th at the Washington County Fairgrounds. Listen to live music with bands like Russell Dickerson, Six Gun Sally, Marcus Tyler Band, and more. Get down and dirty with motocross, drag racing, and 2 demolition derbies, plus high school bands and the School Bus Demolition Derby. Daily admission is $10 and parking is free. The Washington County Agricultural Fair, August 12th through 19th. Find out more at washingtonfair.org.
You deserve to be here. I believe in you, believe in what we're doing.
Lots of great vantage points here at the Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series. I've made my way out to right field, and we've had great crowds throughout the tournament. Had over 3,700 people in the second session on Saturday. Had about 3,000 last night, but this is by far the most full that we've seen here out in the right field seating area. Everybody bringing their lawn chairs, and the guys from the City of Washington Fire Department may have the best seat in the house. They brought their own seats, of course, the fire truck that arrived about 20 minutes prior to first pitch.
All right, Joe, thank you.
I love it. I've looked at the fire truck the entire game. I think that's the coolest thing ever, and the firemen sitting on top rooting for the hometown boys.
Ball one. Well, we'll see whether there is a fireman that comes out of one of these bullpens and plays a key role in the outcome of the game. Catcher Shikakura showing bunt. Two balls, no strikes. Each team scored a run in the first. Edogawa, Japan scored the go-ahead run in the fourth inning. 2-1 game. And the 2-0 pitch is a called strike.
Good breaking ball there. Breaking ball before that from Eastlip just missed up in the zone. He's able to drop it in there in a fastball count. Get that important first strike.
It's a ball, and Shikakura claims that ball hit him. He says, "Now, never mind."
Yeah, really trying to sell it there, but I mean, breaking ball, and it maybe looked like it did. It glanced off the leg.
Now count 3-1. Strike, full count.
And I've said this a couple times today. I think this is one of those big pitches in the ball game. If you're Washington, you don't want to walk the leadoff hitter, especially the 9 hitter in the lineup, and get back to Saita at the top.
Payoff pitch, and a foul ball.
Shikakura able to foul that off. And before I forget, I have to disagree with Joe. He said that the firemen may have the best seat in the house. I've always thought I have the best seat in the house, and I appreciate you continuing to save it for me year after year.
Mm-hmm. Well, what a beautiful view. Our live drone coasting throughout Washington County.
Yeah, such a cool shot.
Three-two pitch. And foul ball out of play. And right now, Eastlip is at 86 pitches through 11 this morning. Shikakura has fouled off numerous pitches. Here's the 3-2 offering to the number 9 batter. Ball 4. Thought he was hit by a pitch earlier in the plate appearance, and it's on base anyways.
Boy, that's a tough at-bat for Washington. That curveball just a little bit down. Stimson not able to bring it back up into the zone, but now for Washington, it ends up being an 8-pitch at-bat that's going to put Eastlip close to the limit, and you've walked the leadoff hitter and turned this Japanese order back over to, again, my opinion, their most dangerous hitter, Kato Saita.
Have a moment here. Randy Gore, who is has been announcing a lot of the Pony League games on our streaming coverage and working with the voice of the Pony League World Series, Mark Uriah. Randy came up with a great story. He found out that Eileen White Harzog, who is 97 years old, she was a Japanese war bride. She's been in the United States for 70 years. And every year that there's a team from Japan in the Pony League World Series, she invites the players, coaches, manager, to dinner, and she did so Monday night. Eileen White Harzog, 97 years of age. And Saita takes the strike, showed bunt. Radu playing in on the grass.
Yeah, Radu really crashing there, as he should if Saita shows bunt.
0-1 pitch, foul ball.
Saita swinging away there, and fortunately it's foul for Washington because the second baseman Donnelly really cheating over toward first base to make sure he can get there in time, was already in motion to go cover first base when Saita swung the bat.
So the Cats 0 balls and 2 strikes. 2-1. Edogawa, Japan leads.
Really big lead for Shikakura at first now.
No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch outside. Stimson trying to frame it.
And again, another good 0-2 pitch from Easlip. Just off the plate, far enough to where can't be hit hard, but you may get the call from the umpire. Perfect 0-2 pitch.
Ball hit in the air to left center field. And Huey makes the catch, 1 out. Shikakura back to first. And now Saita is 7 for 13 in the tournament after this fly ball to center. Fukuchi 1 for 2.
4 pitches left for Alex Easlip, correct? He can get to 84 in this game. Potentially the last batter he will face today. Japan's second baseman Kaisei Fukuchi.
And he will be allowed to finish this at bat, but maybe he'll pitch to another batter. Right fielder Chandler's going to throw to first. And back safely. A throw a bit off mark, 2 outs.
Yeah, nice play there by Chandler, and I like the chance to throw it to first. And if you notice, which I did notice, a great play by the first baseman Temple to knock that ball down from Chandler, but the catcher as well, Stimson, was hustling up the line to back up that throw as well.
Now the left-handed batter Miyagi, who's 1 for 2. 2-1, Japanese leads. The Japanese team out in front scored a run in the first, 1 in the fourth. Washington County's run came in the first inning. Runner going, pitch a strike, and a stolen base for catcher Shikakura.
And Shikakura got a great jump over there at first base and an off-speed pitch down for Stimson. A tough one to handle. Really no chance at all to throw out Shikakura at second, who got a great jump and runs really well for a catcher.
Count is 0-2 on Miyagi. Easlip is now at 94 for the day in terms of pitches. And he wants to talk to Stimson.
You can bet that Easlip wants his last pitch of the day to be an out here to end this inning.
Ernie, when you're coaching youth baseball, do you always call pitches?
No. I got to the point with a couple of catchers that I had, my son being one of them, where I trusted them to call a game. And I think it's important for a young player's development to have that freedom out there to call their own game. Because how are they ever going to learn? And we see it at the professional level and the college level now where, we got computers that are sending frequencies and telling everybody. I think you lose so much instinct Oh, and that breaking ball just misses. Another great 0-2 pitch. But it's one thing I would like to see change across the board in baseball. Let the catcher call the game. Let the catcher call the game. Let him learn how to be instinctive on the field. But so many people, and I get it, there's managers in the big leagues and coaches in college are getting paid a lot of money, and they don't want to put that responsibility on, a kid. But I really like a catcher that you can trust to call their own game.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And the inning is over. A leadoff walk to the number 9 batter. And that 9 batter left on base. After 4.5. Edogawa, Japan 2. Washington County 1.
Feels good to be off the sidelines, doesn't it? Oh yeah, it does. That extra effort with AHN Sports Medicine got you back here. With every specialty set, custom training day, and personalized drill, you bettered your body. Now line it up. They don't see this move coming. Told you. Go next level with AHN Sports Medicine.
As we mentioned a couple times on the broadcast, this edition of the Washington County team looking to become the first champion since 1955 from Washington County. And that unforgettable Washington team beat Youngstown twice to clinch the title in front of an estimated crowd of 7,000 fans. A fundraising effort during the tournament raised enough money to send the team on a 5-day trip to New York City after the tournament concluded.
All right, Joe just went upstairs to the private box, and boy, it's a who's who of power people from Western Pennsylvania up there.
I tell you what, look at all the kids in the stands. I mean, these guys just hanging on to the last days of summer before they have to go back to school here shortly, and hanging out with their friends from Washington County. What a special night this is for this community.
And appropriate that I again congratulate you and your wife and your daughter on the naming of your son, the recipient of the Johnny Bench Award. That's a tremendous story for the Ernie Galuski family.
Yeah, it was a really cool honor for my son, Ty, who is maybe watching from Fort Scott, Kansas right now. But yeah, it was a special day. The Cincinnati Reds did an unbelievable job, made it a really big deal as Inouye misses with that first pitch. And not only to receive the award, but then to have the day that we had at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, and to get to spend the day with Johnny Bench was a pretty incredible thing.
1 ball and 1 strike. 12 in a row retired by Inouye. He gave up a single and an RBI double in the Washington County bottom of the first. And the count 1-2. Chandler in the 6th spot of the order, getting a few words of encouragement from first base coach Brandon Klein.
I think he's telling him just to keep the barrel in the zone a little bit longer, maybe flying out with that front side.
Catcher sets up away. And the pitch is off the plate.
Well, you can't blame a kid for getting in the box right now with the energy and the electricity in the ballpark and trying to hit a poolside homer. I have no chance to play in the game, and I want to hit a poolside homer.
Ground ball off the glove of third baseman Saida. Leadoff single in the bottom of the 5th inning.
And that it makes this crowd erupt. Leadoff single by Chandler, and the tying run is aboard.
All right, here's what we've got. Left-handed batter coming up with a runner at first base. Bottom part of the batting order. Ernie Galuski, do you bunt here?
I would absolutely, without a doubt, bunt here with the left-handed hitting Kloosterman, who struck out in his first at-bat against Inouye. Did not show bunt there, though.
And drops his shoulders, indicating that he didn't think that was a strike.
Okay, the third baseman, Saita, playing really deep as well.
Foul ball, and the count's 0-2. Now the base hit by Chandler stops the string of consecutive batters retired by Inouye. Now, you were telling me the other day, very often you would tell your hitters you're bunting
every time.
No strikes, 1 strike, 2 strikes.
Yeah, I always say the sacrifice bunt signal goes on in an 0-0 count and it doesn't come off. You either get it done or you don't get it done, but the signal's not going to change.
0-2 pitch, foul ball.
You know, and I know a lot of people would disagree with that, and there's been a lot of guys get big hits after trying to bunt twice, but you know, the overwhelming probability is that hitter, after getting down 2 strikes after 2 failed bunt attempts, the percentage of that hitter getting out and even striking out is alarmingly high.
Catcher once again setting up outside, and the pitch is a few inches off the plate. Leadoff single by Chandler, 2-1. Edogawa, Japan leads in the Pony League World Series championship game, brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. 2-2.
And I think that's a really good job by the home plate umpire. That pitch is off the plate. Shikakura makes it look like a strike, but again, Shikakura, no part of his body there is set up in the strike zone.
Runner going, line drive, double play. Soft liner to shortstop. Nakamura, 2 outs.
Boy, and a lot going on here. That's a line out double play. And Kloosterman actually stepped on and spiked the first baseman accidentally as he was going across the bag. Got him in the back heel. You can see good sportsmanship there. Went over and gave him some knuckles and said, "I'm sorry," but that's a line drive. So Kloosterman's out off the get-go, but you can see there he steps on the heel of the first baseman for Japan.
So it turns out that there was some pain for each side.
Yes, absolutely.
And now Eastlip, 8th batter. Strike called.
And, you know, it all goes back to being able to get a sacrifice bunt down. You know, move that tying run into scoring position, be able to execute, put pressure on the defense.
Well, I wonder why you didn't show bunt first pitch.
And I don't know. You know, and there's a lot of teams, Lanny, in this new age of baseball where they just don't like to bunt. They don't spend time on it. They don't, you know, force kids to execute it. And it's something that is an afterthought until you really need it. And then you're asking kids to go out and perform something that they haven't spent a bunch of time working on. And, you know, that is becoming pretty common in baseball.
2-1 pitch, 3-1. Ernie and I do a lot of West Virginia baseball, and Randy Mazie has next to the batting cage a setup with a pitching machine where hitters, after they come out of the cage, they go over there and they practice bunting. Strike call, 3-2.
Yeah, they bunt every day, and they're good at it, and it's part of their offense, and they've established themselves. They bunt for hits, they sacrifice bunt, and they you know, they manufacture a lot of runs through the small game. But like I said, there are some people out there that just flat out don't bunt.
Fly ball to right field on the 3-2 pitch. Out number 3, no runs, 1 hit, double play, nobody left on base. 5 innings of a 7-inning game, or what is scheduled to be a 7-inning game, and Japan leads Pennsylvania 2-1.
The Washington Automall difference gives you 6 more reasons to buy from us. 6 months of paintless dent repair, lost key coverage, interior exterior protection, and tire coverage at no charge on all qualified vehicles. We finally have some new vehicles available, and we have a great selection of used vehicles ready to go. Or we'll buy your vehicle. South Hills Toyota, Washington Honda, and Washington Hyundai. It's all at the mall.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. Like one of our favorite customers, Michelle.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great. If I had to describe Cricket in 2 words, they would be reliable and affordable.
5G Boss Mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
So we move into the 6th inning, 2-1 ball game, and Jaden Roach comes on here in the 6th inning after Eastliff worked 5 innings and gave up 2 runs. Roach, left-hander, and he'll be a 9th grader at Burgettstown High School from Burgettstown, Pennsylvania, where my good friend resides, Charlie Pappas. Owns a construction company there. Helped build my deck for me. And also, Ernie and I talking about West Virginia University. Hello to the Weatherholt family. I really enjoyed being with J.J. Weatherholt this past spring.
Yeah, what a player. He's doing things that, you know, the only player ever in West Virginia history that you could even compare to what J.J. is doing is Jed Jerko, who was a Brooks Wallace Award winner and 3-time All-American, 9 years in the big league, 2nd-round draft pick. But, you know, J.J.'s kind of rewriting the record books at West Virginia. He's projected 1st-rounder next year, spent his summer playing for Team USA, the only West Virginia Mountaineer to ever play for the Team USA collegiate team. So, yeah, J.J. Mars, Pennsylvania, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And what a career he has had in a Mountaineer uniform, and he's got 1 more year to go.
He used to be a fighting planet. Strike 1 on Minamatsu, who has walked twice in this game. A 2-1 ball game. We're in the 6th, and Washington County is down to its final 6 outs. Ball fouled back, 0-2.
How about the job Alex Eastliff did for Washington? I mean, the first guy of the game doubles, the next guy singles, you're down 1-0, and you have nobody out. And he gets through 5 innings and only allows 2 runs to this Japan team. What an effort by the Washington right-hander.
Unfortunately, the guy on the other side, his mound opponent, just a good bit better in terms of the numbers, and just a 1-run ball game. Pitch outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Inoue has pitched 5 innings, allowed 1 run on 3 hits, and has struck out 6. One-two pitch, outside 2-2. This is going to sound kind of crazy, but I've been around the game of baseball so long that if you've been around the game a good bit, you realize that there are things that happen, and then because of the symmetry of the game, that there's the possibility that the unique nature of plays will come back to have an impact on the game. What I'm getting at is, I'm wondering if the fact that Japan has made 4 outs at second base, whether that bag right there will in some other way have an impact on this game.
Yeah, again, they've made an inning and a third worth of outs in a 7-inning game on the bases tonight. You know, I mean, it's the way I think about it. But that's the way they play. They're aggressive on the bases, and Washington's done a pretty good job of handling it tonight, as Roach was ahead of 0 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, and continuing my obsession with second base, consider that when we had the double play off the bat of Kloosterman, that double play was initiated by second base. 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. Minamatsu, a leadoff walk.
after being down no balls and 2 strikes.
In a way, 0 for 1, infield single in the 4th, and this young man scored the go-ahead run.
And once again, I would bet that the sacrifice bunt is in order here for Japan. As the Japanese coaching staff taking a second to talk, and manager giving the signals.
Yeah, all the signs have come from the Japanese manager in the Pony League World Series near the dugout. And you're right, Lerny. Throw to first. It is in time. Sacrifice 2-3. Minamatsu to second base.
And everything about that play is just perfect. A perfect bunt from Inoue toward first base. Gives himself a chance to actually beat it out, but another great play by the catcher Stimpson to go out there barehanded, get his feet set, make a strong, accurate throw just in time.
First base umpire Jeff Rabel making the call. This is Jeff's 13th Pony League World Series from Grove City, Ohio. And a pitch outside to the left-handed batter Nakamura, who is 2 for 2. Outside corner, 1-1. You know, I'm reminded, looking at the Japanese players singing, I'm reminded of the year that the players from Chinese Taipei were singing, we will rock you. And by the way, later that night they were singing the Queen song, We Are the Champions.
We should send somebody down and see if they take requests. Because I bet you, if I had to guess, if your request would be The Dance by Garth Brooks.
You got it, partner.
As you typically sing it to me before we go on the air every broadcast.
And the swing and a miss by Nakamura. And there are 2 outs.
If you're going to win a championship, if you're Washington, you're going to have to make some big pitches the rest of the way. And that was a big pitch from Jaden Roach. Left on left matchup. He made 3 great pitches with the breaking ball to get a strikeout and the second out here in the top of the 6th inning.
And Kawasaki 1 for 2. He is the Edogawa Japan player that knocked in the second run and takes a strike. The RBI single in the 4th inning.
Japan would love to knock this runner in from scoring position at second to extend the lead. Washington needs a big out here to keep it a 1-run game going into the bottom of the 6th.
Pitch away, throw to second base. Out at second. Williams, the shortstop, applies the tag, and that is the 4th. No, 5th Japanese player to be called out at second base. 2-1. Japan leads.
A place to share the things that matter most. At Trex, we see it too.
What are you doing? It's 10 a.m. We have work to do.
Oh, come on, man. Be cool. You told me to get the app. And I got enough apps for the entire office. Fondue, guacamole, and I just can't resist pigs in the blanket.
Washington Financial Bank's app makes banking simple. Deposit, transfer, and even pay your bills right from your smartphone or device. Download the app and bank with Frank.
We've been in your community since 1808. We've stood by your side covering the news of the day. We've been here for the important times in your life. We've celebrated with you. We're proud to have delivered the latest in local, regional, and national news in Washington, Greene, and southern Allegheny counties. We'll be here for the next phase of your life with our print and online editions. The Observer Reporter. Life delivered daily.
Serve the fuel that keeps your community running.
My store is very close. It's like one big family.
Enjoy your Dunkin' favors while you work and find a fun, flexible, and fulfilling career. Text WORK for HRG to 25000 to apply.
Well, a big part of the story tonight, Hugo Inoue. He has struck out 6. Got Redu in the first inning. Klosterman in the second. Struck out a pair in the third. Got 2 more Washington County players to strike out in the 4th inning. Has allowed only 3 hits. And he has retired, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 of 17 batters.
He's faced the minimum since the double by Stimson in the first.
Pitch inside, ball 1. This number 11 hitter, Asher Donnelly, 0 for 1 in the game. 2-1. Edogawa, Japan leads. Ball fouled off to the left, out of play. The Observer Reporter, very important to Western Pennsylvania, and Chris Dugan covered the game this morning. Won by Washington County. Subtitle: Rain and Shine, or excuse me, Rise and Shine. Washington County earns spot in title game, and Coach Wenzel was quoted as saying in the Dugan story, "I told the guys that I slept like a baby last night," talking about sleeping after the loss to Monterey Tuesday night. He said, "I told the guys I slept like a baby last night, but in truth, I woke up every hour on the hour." 2-1. Strike 2 and 2. Well, this 6th inning, after Donnelly, the top of the menu for Washington County. 2-2 pitch, the strikeout. Number 7.
Yeah, and Inoue's been special tonight. I mean, great command of the breaking ball, and then when he wants to dial it up with the fastball, he's been able to beat these Washington hitters above their hands up in the zone.
Top of the order in Huey. Huey 1 for 2. 2-1 game. We're in the 6th inning. Washington County down to its final 5 outs, unless it can come up with something here to reset the clock. Outside 1-1.
And once again, the catcher, Shikakura, his entire body is outside of the strike zone when he sets up there. He's just not going to get that strike call.
Ball fouled away. There are 4 left-handed batters in the lineup for Washington County. They are now 1 for 8. Even though Huey has one of the 3 hits for Washington County, and he scored the lone Washington County run. There it is again.
Yeah. You know, the home plate umpire's done a nice job of not giving that pitch because it's not a strike. It is way off the plate.
Ball fouled away.
Good job there by Huey to spoil a good breaking ball. For Huey, what you got to look for is that front door curveball that got him looking in his last at-bat. And that's exactly the pitch that Inoue tried to make. He just didn't quite get on top of it enough to drive it down into the zone.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2-1. Edogawa, Japan leads. 8 strikeouts.
Boy, a big time pitch there for sure. It's been a game full of big time pitches from Hugo Inoue.
And Troy Stimson. RBI double in the first. 8 for 14 in the tournament. Had the inside the park home run. And takes ball 1.
Just have that sense if there's a guy that's going to get the big hit for Washington tonight, it's going to be the catcher Troy Stimson, who has just been outstanding defensively.
Count 1 ball, 1 strike.
And Stimson had only seen 2 pitches coming into this at-bat. An opposite field RBI double in the first, and then just missed a pitch and popped up to the shortstop in his second plate appearance.
Pitch inside, 2-1. There have been 17 home runs in this year's Pony League World Series. And we've had an inside the park home run, a grand slam, a walk-off home run, and a leadoff home run. 2-1 pitch. 2-2.
Stimson fooled with the breaking ball there. He's probably anticipating fastball.
Nobody on, 2 down. In the home half of the 6th inning, 2-1. Japan leads. Bounce it to short. And Washington County retired in order for the 4th time in 6 innings. To the 7th inning we go. Edogawa, Japan 2, Washington County 1.
My dream field has a scoreboard with a giant TV.
My dream field has dugouts for our mascot to dance on.
My dream field has lights to play at night. And a duck pond.
CNX is making dream fields come true by donating millions of dollars throughout Appalachia. Nominate your field at cnx.com/dreamfields.
Set for the top of the 7th inning, looking at some of the key plays of the game and the work done by Stimson, the Washington County catcher.
He's just been outstanding tonight. I mean, he's got an inning's worth of outs just himself, the 2 caught stealing, and then maybe the biggest play in the game so far, the back pick here at second base to end the Japanese threat. But he has an inning's worth of outs, and he also has the RBI double in the first that pushed across Washington's only run of the contest. So Stimson has stood out defensively all week and has been no different here tonight, being an absolute difference maker in the game.
7th inning, 2nd inning for Roach. Outside ball 1, Gavin Dantry takes over in left field. The preparation of the hardware and the medals as we move into the 7th inning of a game that's scheduled to go 7. 2 balls, no strikes. Roger Lenhart, our producer, our director, executive producers Mike Parsons and Dan Lohman. Two and one. Our crew of talented men and women working its 18th game. And this is day number 6. Two-one delivery. Is a ball. First time in 25 years that a team from Washington County has played in the Pony League World Series Championship game. Well, a good bit of the excitement from the Washington County fans dampened by the pitching of Inoue. Leadoff walk here. Bottom part of the batting order. And Sasaki steps in 0 for 2.
Before you even ask, Lanny, yes, I would bunt here. And I think that Japan will indeed bunt.
And a ball.
Washington does have some activity in the bullpen as Grady Kloosterman, who just came out of left field, is getting ready down there in the bullpen.
Stimson, his only play is to first. He threw it high, but fortunately, Donnelly was backing up, and now there are 2 men on.
Really the first mistake that I've seen Stimson make this entire tournament. Just got a little bit lackadaisical with his feet and didn't drive that throw downhill. Kind of threw off the back foot there, and the ball sailed on him. It happens. But a really nice play there by the second baseman Donnelly to be backing up and not allow the runners to move up another 80 feet. But, you know, right now, Washington is going to have to defend the bunt as the 9-hitter Takashi Shikakura is coming to the plate, and you can bet with first and second and nobody out, he is going to be called upon to lay down a sacrifice bunt.
Yeah, while the leadoff hitter will be standing in the on-deck circle. 2-1 ball game. If Washington County is going to have a shot here, it's going to need to keep this a 1-run ball game, and a change at first base. A runner at first base for the Japanese team. Ao Yamane.
You know, it just goes back to teams that can bunt. And they got guys in the lineup 1 through 9 that can get a bunt down. Not only does it give you better opportunities to score runs. Again, we don't have any home runs in this game. It's been a small ball type of game, and it also just puts pressure on the defense. And when you put pressure on a defense, at some point they're going to make a mistake, and that's the situation we're in right now. Japan able to execute the bunt.
Bunt, good one. Good one indeed. Base hit, bases loaded.
I mean, a perfect sacrifice bunt to third. Washington just looked really confused. The third baseman, Radu, did not crash to make the play, and the second baseman, Donnelly, did not cover first base. So there was nobody at first base, even if there would have been a play to be made.
And that was right after the conference at the mound. So the bases are loaded, and the infield for Washington County is going to have to play in.
I would not be surprised either if Japan continues to bunt. We saw it last night against Youngstown, where they bunted the entire inning and led to a big 7-run inning.
Saida takes ball 1. This young man doubled in the first inning and scored the game's first run. It is 2-1 in favor of Edogawa, Japan. 1-ball pitch, strike 1. A matchup here of the team that has come the furthest to participate here against a team that lives next door. Bases loaded. Nobody out, top of the 7th. And a foul ball.
What a good pitch, breaking ball there. And I hate to continue to sound like a broken record here, but just really shocked at how shallow the infield is. The infield's in, but you see the shortstop Williams and Donnelly. I mean, typically you want your guys to start in the baseline, and then the prep step may take them to the edge of the grass. These guys are, 5, 6, 7 feet in from the grass when they start. Same way with the corner infielders, Temple and Radu. And every step you get closer to home plate, you lose so much lateral depth and ability to make plays.
And now 2-2. Roach came on in the 6th. Working here in the 7th inning. Walk, sacrifice, E2, bunch single, loading them up. Two-two pitch. Hit batsman. And Japan now leads 3-1, and there's still nobody out.
I think Washington's going to ask here if Saita made an attempt to get out of the way or if he leaned into it. I do not think, well, he may have dropped that arm a little bit with the elbow pad. Good play by Saita. Can't blame him for doing that, with especially with 2 strikes in the count. He was able to extend that elbow enough to get the hit by pitch and the RBI.
Infield in, 3-1. Japan leads, and here's manager Anthony Wetzel to go to the mound.
And if you're
listen.
Hey, I want you to understand something. I'm very, very proud of you, okay? This is not on you, all right? It's okay. I'm very, very proud of you, all right? You understand me? Great year, great season, all right? Good job. Good job.
Good job, J-Rage. You going, Brady?
Yeah. Someone got to get Gavin in. You gotta go to
Klosterman and Kokoski coming into the game.
Have some fun out here.
Have some fun out here.
Might be a difficult task considering the situation. Bases loaded, nobody out, and you're about ready to crawl into the middle of this Japanese lineup.
And it looks like Temple's going to the outfield. Joe, what do you got for us?
We gave a rundown of alumni from Pony World Series that have made their way to Major League Baseball, and Spencer Steer of the Cincinnati Reds, one of those. He played for California in this event and says he'll always remember having this experience with his friends.
I was playing pony baseball with some of my best friends growing up, and that was really all I was focused on, was, you know, trying to play well that day, and then what are we doing after? We going to get pizza, we hanging out. So that was really just a time of my life where I was having fun playing baseball, and that's really all I really cared about, was hanging out with my friends and going to the ballpark and, you know, having a ton of fun along the way.
Steer, one of the many players from Long Beach, California, to play in this event.
All right, Joe, misty watercolored memories of the way he was. Let's see. I know that Temple went to the
I think we have
outfield.
Yeah, Colton Temple in left field, and now Ben Koskoski has entered the game to be the Washington County first baseman.
3-1 ball game. Bases loaded, nobody out, and Fukushi 1 for 3, and takes the pitch high. We have been so used to a team from the Asia Pacific zone playing in the championship game and winning. Pitch low and inside, 2-0.
Yeah, you can always you can almost bank on it that this Asia Pacific zone winner is going to be playing on Wednesday night here in the championship, and it's been Chinese Taipei almost every year that I've called the games in this tournament with you.
3-0. A side note for you folks, our TV crew was invited to fill out brackets for this tournament, and the winner of Pony League Baseball bracketology was Roger Lenhart, our producer. Ball kicks away from Stimson, and there is run number 4.
Actually, it won't be on the wild pitch, it'll be on the walk.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, 4-pitch walk to Fukuchi.
Well, it turns out to be an RBI Bases loaded hit batsman, and then the bases loaded walk.
And if you're Washington here, you have to find a way to stop the bleeding right now. Still nobody out, 2 runs across, and the bases loaded with the 3-hitter Miyagi coming to the plate. But this is when you really have to dig in and battle and make sure you at least give yourself a puncher's chance in the bottom of the 7th inning to make it interesting.
Miyagi. And a called strike. Miyagi. He is 1 for 3. 5 for 13 in the tournament. Bases loaded, nobody out. 2 runs in, 1 strike pitch. And a slow roller, foul ball. This team from Japan, flying from Tokyo direct to Detroit and then to Pittsburgh. And here they are, settling in, hoping to win a 2nd title for the country of Japan. Bouncer to first, play at the plate for the lead out as Kokoski came to Stimson. And that is out number 1. Bases still loaded, 1 out.
Point a big out there for Washington, and I really like the decision there by Stimson. He may have been tempted to throw to first and make it a 3-2-4 double play, but I think it was the right decision to go ahead and eat it and take the 1 out and move on to the next pitch.
Minamatsu has walked 3 times in the game. Swing, line drive, base hit to right field. Saida scores to make it 5-1. Everybody else wearing a Japanese uniform moves up 80 feet. 5-1 ball game, top of the 7th inning.
It's turned into a giant inning for Japan. Nice piece of hitting there. Opposite field line drive. Washington had actually moved their middle infielders back there. It looks like they're going to stay in double play depth here.
Ball 1 on Inoue. He really is the young man that deserves the front page bull type. Most impressive, 6 innings. Striking out 8. Down low, 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, if Japan can hold on and win this, he is absolutely, in my opinion, your MVP. I mean, he has been just outstanding on the mound.
He has retired 17 of 20 batters. You count 2-0 as Marshall McGraw went out quickly. In a way, the 8th batter of the inning. It was a 1-run ball game at the end of 6. But it started with a leadoff walk and then an error off a sacrifice bunt and then a bunt single. Bases loaded hit batsman. Bases loaded walk. RBI single. 2-1. The 3 runs charged to Roach. And the windup from Klusterman, the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Williams steps on second, fires to first. A bounce throw that Kokoski cannot handle. It is not an inning-ending double play. And 2 more runs score, making it 7-1 in favor of Japan.
Yeah, Williams got the ground ball he wanted, the easy 6 unassisted, but kind of rushed the throw and didn't put enough on it. Kokoski tried to dig it out there at first base, but the errant throw is going to allow 2 more Japanese runs to cross home plate.
And 1 RBI credited to Inoue. 7-1 ball game. Pitch high and outside, ball 1 to the 9th batter of the inning. Nakamura 2 for 3. Five runs on 2 hits. Swing and a miss. Throw to second base. Safe at second.
And I think he would have been out. Another great throw from Stimson. Right on the bag. You see him here as he blocks that ball. The runner, good base running there, reads the ball in the dirt, and I think would have been really close. If Williams had made the play, I think they would have gotten the out call.
I do too. One pitch that's outside. The last call, 7th inning. Washington County will have hitters 4, 5, and 6 coming up.
Washington just searching for that 3rd out here of the inning. What has been a disastrous inning for them.
Three and 1. It was 1-0 after the top of the first. It was 1-1 after 1. 2-1 Japan after 3.5. Ball 4 and a wild pitch that goes out of play. And another ball 4. And because the umpires are going to confer here.
I don't think this is the right call. It's only 1 base from a pitcher. It's 2 bases from a fielder.
Yeah, and then the umpires are putting the runner back at 3rd.
Where we're at right now, right? Okay, great. Thank you, guys.
Yep, and they got together and got it right. In a way, should only be able to move up the 80 feet there on the wild pitch.
And he's there, 1 bag from the throw. So here, from the time of pitch. Here we go.
And now Anthony to the mound.
Hey, put you in a tough spot.
Not like he said, like, oh, what's up?
All right. Listen, put you in a tough spot. You did good. All right, it's okay. All right, head up. It's okay. All right. Hey, got 2. Okay, guys at the corners. If he leaves early, remember, freeze that guy, get it to a middle infielder, right? Yeah, go. You got to go from the stretch. It's 1st and 3rd.
Oh.
So the left-hander Braden Berdar comes on.
3rd Washington pitcher of the inning. What has been an inning they would like to forget, and they're still not out of it.
7-1 in favor of Edogawa, Japan. Two-1 at the end of 6, but 5 runs in this inning on only 2 hits. 1, 2, 3 walks, a hit batsman, a couple of errors. A case of the splendid and the vile. Started with the walk to Kawasaki, sacrifice bunt, throwing error. And the bunt base hit that loaded the bases. And Saita was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. That was good for run number 3. Kikuchi, ball 4, made it 5-1. As the force play out for the 1st out of the inning. Minamatsu is single to drive in run number 5. And the out at 2nd, but then the throwing error and 2 runners scored on this play. 7-1 in favor of Japan. So Berdar, first and third, pitch outside. By the way, Inoue, who has been, without question, the story of the game, he has 89 pitches thrown, so he will not be completing this game. Runner going, throw to second base, out into center field. And there is run number 8 for Japan. Throw to third close, but to no avail.
There's now 6 runs in the inning for Japan, and they've only hit 1 ball out of the infield. 1 batted ball, a line drive single to right field by Minamatsu. It's just what happens when you have a team that executes small ball. They know to get some bunts down and cause some problems on the bases, and it's blown this game wide open here. What was a 2-1 game in the top of the 7th is now an 8-1 Japanese lead.
And the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Runner at third. There are 2 outs. Kawasaki, a bunt, foul ball. Kawasaki started this inning, drew the walk. And the count, 2 balls, 1 strike. Let me tell you again that Washington County has hitters 3, 4, and 5 coming up. And the count, 3-1.
And for Washington to mount any type of comeback in the bottom of the 7th, they're going to have to get a couple of the leadoff guys on and be able to chase Inoue out of the game. Inoue will have 6 pitches to work with in the bottom of the 7th.
3-1 pitch popped up, foul ball. And back out of play. Full count. Well, here's an oddity. The first 9 batters, every one of them touched first base safely. There's the ground out to end the inning. But for Edogawa, Japan, 6 runs on 2 hits. Last call for Washington County. Japan 8, Pennsylvania 1.
People see Alex play and they know that she's different. It makes me want to be a better soccer player on the field.
It was just this mindset that I had from a young age that I'm going to compete in everything I work at and I want to win.
When all the eyes are on her, that's when she performs the best.
It's great to have Body Armor with me through my workout for the World Cup as I'm preparing to be on the biggest stage. We're just so much more powerful and strong as a team than as an individual.
Serve the fuel that keeps your community running.
My store is very close. It's like one big family.
Enjoy your Dunkin' favors while you work and find a fun, flexible, and fulfilling career. Text WORK for HRG to 25000 to apply.
At Penn West University, we're here for it. Here for the hard workers, the life changers. Here in California, in Clarion, and in Edinburgh, and with our global online programs. At Penn West University, we're here for you. Learn more at pennwest.edu/learn.
Well, the Washington County magic that was so evident early in the morning, and the win over Monterey moving Washington County into the championship game, but Edogawa, Japan leads 8-1. Radu's going to lead off. Some changes for the Japanese team. Yamane is in right field. Miyagi shifts to left, and Minamatsu is now the new first baseman. In a way, through 6, he has allowed 1 run on 3 hits. He has struck out 8, retiring 17 of 20 batters.
Yeah, Inoue has just been, there's no way around it. He has been special tonight. He has faced the minimum after the leadoff single in the first by Huey, then the double on the first pitch by Stimson that drove in Washington's lone run. Since then, Inoue has only allowed 1 base runner and has faced the minimum because of the line out to shortstop on to third double play off the bat of Klusterman.
First pitch of the inning. Base hit into right field. Radu came into that at bat 0 for 2, but the leadoff single.
He got a hanging breaking ball and hit it hard into right field. And after I just went on and on about Inoue facing the minimum, Washington able to find only their 4th hit of the game.
Temple, foul ball out of play, strike 1. Colton Temple 0 for 2.
If you're Washington, you want to do something special here and make a enormous comeback, you're going to have to chase Inoue from the game. Inoue now at 92 pitches, potentially the last batter he will face here in Temple.
Right-handed batters forthcoming. Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes.
And credit this Washington County hometown crowd, especially what I guess we would call the student section. They are on their feet and doing everything they can do to keep this game alive for the hometown team.
1-2 pitch. Foul ball out of play, and with the last 2 foul balls down the left side, noting that left fielder Miyagi playing very close to the left field line. Center fielder Kawasaki in left center. 1-2 pitch, the setup by Shikakura outside, and the strikeout of Temple for the first out, and strikeout number 9. 1 away.
And that will be it for Hugo Inoue, who was about as close to perfect tonight as you can be without throwing a perfect game. Absolutely incredible performance by the left-hander from Japan.
And if he were home in Japan, he would be jogging off to a standing ovation.
It looks like the reliever is going to be Shuta Takashita.
Takashita coming on Inoue. Though he gave up a run early, and Washington County tied the game 1-1 in the bottom of the first, he went on to strike out 9. He did not walk a batter. Gave up just 4 hits in 6 in the 3rd innings. And by the way, in the tournament, Inoue, 3 starts, a total of 11 innings, gave up only 5 walks and 1 run, though he is responsible for Radu at first base. So he's a candidate for the ERA crown.
I think he would have to be a favorite for the tournament MVP with his performance, not only on the mound, but was a presence offensively as well.
How about your good friend Guajardo? Guajardo, a couple of runs and an earned run average of 0.81. Last night, 6 innings, 1 earned run, 12 strikeouts.
Yeah, Guajardo, I mean, Washington has faced the 2 best arms in the tournament in consecutive nights. They faced Guajardo last night from Mexico, made it a game, very close game, couldn't find a way to win it. And then tonight you got to face Hugo Inoue from Japan, the left-hander, who was absolutely dominant. So again, Washington, in my opinion, in 2 consecutive nights have had to face the 2 most dominant pitchers in this 2023 Pony League World Series.
Runner at first, 1 out. Washington County trailing 8-1. Ball 1 on Keegan Williams, who is 0 for 2. And a strike, 1-1. One delivery. And it's a ball, 2 balls, 1 strike. 7th inning, bottom of the 7th. Washington County down to its final 2 outs. 3-1. 1-1 after 1. 2-1 ball game from the top of the 4th until the 6-run top of the 7th by Edogawa, Japan. Ball 4. First walk of the game received by Washington County.
As long as you have outs, you still have a chance. And right now, Washington mounting their biggest offensive threat of the game. First time today they've had multiple runners on base.
And Chandler to stand in. And left-handed batter Berdar is in the on-deck circle.
Again, this is the first time since the first inning that Washington will send more than 3 hitters to the plate in a half inning. A little life on that fastball.
No balls, 1 strike. Called strike. Pony League World Series brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. And here we are down to the final inning. Recent champions, Chinese Taipei last year, Brownsville, Texas 2 years ago. Chinese Taipei 2018, 2019. Covina, California 2017, Chinese Taipei 2016, 2015, Hilo, Hawaii 2014, 2013, Okinawa, Japan. 10 years ago, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That fastball runs back in, maybe catches a little bit of the plate, but I still think underneath the knees of Chandler.
2 on, 1 out. A 7-run Japanese lead. Looped to the right side, base hit. Radu stops at third, throw to second. And Williams able to get in time. Second in for Chandler.
But a seeing eye single there off the end of the bat. Nice job of base running there by Williams at first base. He slowed down just in case that ball would have been caught in the air. A diving attempt from the second baseman. Once he saw the ball down, he hustles, gets into second base, able to beat the throw. And again, Washington still 2 outs to play with here in this Pony League World Series, and you never know what can happen.
Berdar. And a called strike, bases loaded. 1 out. Oh, 1 pitch, no, step off. Look at that shot.
Beautiful.
Ball 1-1.
And again, I continue to talk about it. I think that pitch is a strike, but because of where the catcher Shikakura is setting up it to the umpire, it appears to be a ball.
1-1 pitch. He is outside.
You know, we see it a lot at the youth levels and in these tournaments where the catcher, the catcher's still got to be able to put his body in a position to give the illusion that the pitch is a strike. And when you set up outside of the zone, your entire body, the umpire sees that before the pitch is even thrown.
2-1 pitch. Now 2-2. Bases loaded. 1 out. 7th inning. Radu at third. Williams at second. Chandler at first. Takashita. Strike 3, 2 outs. 10th strikeout of a Washington County batter.
Just a fastball right above the knees there. Catches a big part of the play. Great pitch by Takashita. And Japan 1 out away from being champions.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. Kokoski. Ball 1. Ernie alluded to the Garth Brooks song earlier. And the line from that song appropriate for what's going on with Washington County. I could have done without the pain, but I would have had to miss the dance.
Yeah, it's been just a wonderful run for Washington, the baseball team, and the community.
Two and one. Two-one pitch. 3-1.
I'll tell you what, this is one of the best ball and strike umpired games I've ever seen in this Pony League World Series, Lanny.
Chris Stevens.
He has done an excellent job tonight. It's been a fair zone, and he has not given the pitch that's a foot off the plate, which you tend to see in these type of tournaments. I think that hats off to our home plate umpire tonight. He has been outstanding.
A retired Air Force Master Sergeant, whose son, by the way, graduated from West Point. 3-2 pitch with the bases loaded, runners going, and a foul ball. Bases loaded, 2 down. It is 8-1 in favor of Japan. And look at those young players from Japan ready to bolt from the dugout.
A pretty healthy hack there. Koski's going to get his money's worth here, no doubt about it.
Bases loaded, 2 outs, runners going, 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. Koski walks. Radu comes home. Now it's 8-2. Conference forthcoming.
いいよいいよいいよ楽しめ楽しめ 仕方がない。アウェーやから仕方がない。いい。な、竹さん盛り上げてやれ。いい。ボールめちゃめちゃいいのいってるから。自信。ランナーはどうでもいいから、バッターだけ。いい。で、いい球いってるから自信持って。いい。あと6点 OK やから。いい。はい、行こう。はい、行こう。
The only thing I understood from that exchange was the smile.
Yeah, pretty confident bunch, right? I mean, if I had to guess, I think that the smiles and the laugh was maybe they thought a couple of those pitches were strikes that weren't called strikes. I disagree. You know, I have the monitor to back that up and a pretty good view that I think our home plate umpire has been spot on tonight. But yeah, still a very confident group, and they should be. Only need one more out with a 6-run lead.
Donnelly. Foul ball into the night.
I don't know who was more relaxed there, the manager or actually the pitcher, Takashita.
1 strike pitch from the right-hander. 0-2. It was a 2-1 ball game from the top of the 4th until the 7th when Japan scored 6. Now 8-2 ball game. Oh, 2 pitch.
And again, they really want that pitch, but I don't know if we can see that again real quick. I mean, it's not a strike. It's not close to the plate. I mean, look how far off the plate that pitch is, Lanny. It's a foot.
1 ball, 2 strikes, bases loaded, 2 outs. Now 1-2 again. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
And I'm going to say it one more time just in case this game ends on the next pitch. A tip of my hat to our home plate umpire, who I think has been excellent tonight with the balls and the strikes.
1-2 pitch.
Again, it looks really good based on where Shikakura is set up, but right there, that's still not close to being a strike.
How tantalizing for the Japanese folks.
This is the most fired up I've been all week.
2-2 pitch. Popped up, foul ball. And dropping untouched. Or maybe just nicked.
I think that's the only blind spot on the field for us here at our broadcast booth. I didn't see the play. I just saw the reaction of the first baseman, Minamatsu. He was coming in ready to celebrate, and then he kind of went, oh, and shrugged his shoulders. So I knew at that point the play wasn't made.
2-2 pitch. Three and 2.
We give Washington credit for the way they battled here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
8-2 ball game. 1 out away from crowning a champion. Japan. Sekai Ichiban. Sekai Ichiban. Edogawa, Japan, behind the most impressive pitching of Yuge Inoue, wins the 2023 Dick's Sporting Goods Pony League World Series.
Yeah, what was a special night for the Pony League World Series, the community of Washington County. It was a great baseball game, extremely well pitched until the 7th inning. It kind of got away from Washington. Japan played the small ball, played it very well. Washington did not have an answer for it, but give Washington credit because they really battled in the bottom of the 7th and made it interesting. But all in all, a loss for Washington, another championship for the Asia Pacific zone. But really, could you ask for anything more for the Pony League World Series here in 2023 with the hometown team making a great run all the way into the championship game?
Edogawa, Japan, 8 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Washington County, 2 runs, 5 hits, and 3 errors. It all started Friday night and closes out here tonight with the team from Japan winning the title. Folks, thanks for joining us. Thanks indeed. On behalf of our crew and Roger Lenhart, Scott Bartlett, my partner Ernie Galuski, we bid you a very pleasant good night. Japan declares itself as the greatest in the world.
Jumpstart the season with a bit of fresh air. Whether you like to walk, run, hike, bike, or boat, you'll find that Washington County is connected by trails. Plan a day on one of the nation's outstanding rail trails with a trip on the Montour, Panhandle, or National Hike Trail. Grab a paddle and navigate the scenic Mon River and surrounding small town charm. We'll see you at the trailhead. Plan your trip today at washcotrails.com.